Now, it's time for me to get some practice in. I will have my revenge. Oh, and back to you, Emily.
Performance is not going to be tied to NIL deals. It is still likely that some players will get it, while the overall prevalent thought is that these players won't be affected too much.
In the bottom of the first, Bryce Elder will be on the bump for the Braves and face Schwarber, Turner, and known enemy of the Braves, Bryce Harper. This game could go any sort of way, from a pitching duel to a home run derby. We'll have more updates later in the show. Back to you, Alex. Tony is aptly named the Lady Titans because this story is truly a one of David versus Goliath.
Of course, it was the first goal of the game, a big one to start the Ice Dogs out, and then, like you mentioned earlier, the Tiger King, the one-star Josh Mazzaro's 2 goals on the night.
On the softball diamond, she's a force to be reckoned with. Angelica Gagos, a standout catcher for the Georgia Gwinnett College softball team, is breaking out in her junior season. But it's not just her skills behind the plate that makes her story so compelling. It was challenging at the start of her career for the catcher to find playing time on the Grizzlies. Gagos' journey to the starting lineup hasn't been easy. She spent time on the team in various positions, always eager to contribute wherever she was needed. Now, Gagos is finally stepping into the starting catcher role after the departure of Sydney Pelaez, a 5-year starter and NAIA Catcher of the Year. This would be a daunting task for any player, but Coach Kat Eilenberg is the first to support Gagos, as she highlights that those previous years of struggles and challenges have led to her adequately filling the role.
I tell her all the time, she saved the first perfect game in program history because she made a play in right field that threw a runner out at first, and 2 innings later our pitcher had pitched a perfect game. So AG wants to play, so how is she filling in that role for Sydney? She's not backing down from the challenge. She doesn't want to see the game, she wants to be a part of the game. So she stepped up and done a great job.
The Buford, Georgia native understands the pivotal role she has been thrust into. While the pressure of stepping in could affect any athlete, Gagos does her best to power through the adversity to be the best she can be for her team.
I just try not to really, I personally try not to think about it. I just try to think about always being there and having the backs of my pitchers in the moment.
And she always does seem to have her pitchers back, as she has thrown out 6 runners this season, one of her favorite things to do.
I love throwing a second and throwing out a runner. It's my favorite thing.
What a throw from Gagos!
And while she's known for her defensive prowess, Gagos has proven herself offensively, adding another dimension to her game. Over her last 8 games, Gagos has been batting .273 with a double. It is her second best span of this season, following her performance on the first day of the Leadoff Classic, where she totaled 3 hits and 8 at-bats and a whopping 5 RBIs. And while the story and stats speak volumes, what Gagos has done for the Grizzlies team is deeper than any data on any paper. One of her best friends on the team, Analyst Jarvis, the reigning NAIA Pitcher of the Year, could not understate Gagos' importance to her and the team.
For her to take on that role as my catcher this year has been really incredible, not only just for our friendship, we are way closer now, but I'm really, really proud of her, and there's seriously no one else I would rather have behind there.
So, as the highly ranked Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies dominantly rumble towards the postseason, the team is thriving with the help of Gagos, the do-it-all starting catcher who will leave shoes to fill of her own.
And they are your 10-time Savannah Cup champions!
January 13th marked the first Savannah Classic victory for every current player on the Georgia hockey team. And yet, something more important happened outside the rink. The Ice Dogs made their annual trip to the Children's Hospital, where they met amazing kids, including Elena, a bright, sweet 9-year-old girl who loves detective stuff, cheer, and skating. She was diagnosed in the summer of 2023 with osteosarcoma, a rare bone cancer that caused her leg to be amputated. Elena is an avid Ice Dogs fan and quickly became a part of the team. She read the starting lineups, the team used her celebration, and had her hold the trophy after their victory. Elena is no longer an Ice Dogs fan. She is an Ice Dog through and through. We ask viewers to not ignore signs and understand the importance of doctor checkups. We also further encourage you to go to the description, where there is a link to Elena's story and a GoFundMe where you can donate toward medical costs, including a new surgery that would give Elena full mobility with a prosthetic.
Amazing meeting you, Elena. We really appreciate it. You're a member of this team.
For the Lady Titans, the offense has to center around center Kendall Wells. She is the team's top point scorer and is averaging a double-double. North Oconee likes to get the ball to her down low where her dominance allows her to score on one-and-ones. If she's double-teamed, her 1.3 assists per game shows she can kick it out for an open three. On the defensive side, it's about replicating past results. North Oconee is trying to finalize a defensive structure for the postseason, but the press that they used against Cedar Shoals earlier this season created a whopping 15 steals. And Coach Willis had a great rebuttal against Torrens' earlier point on falling asleep at the wheel before the playoffs.
But Sports Source reporter Joe Kopsho found his next great story in a surprising place.
That's right, Emily. Clark Central High School's library hides an Easter egg. In it, you can find the media room where you can often find a dominant esports team and the powerhouse that leads it all, Daniel Magby. Magby's Super Smash Bros. Skills are unmatched, and his team is making a deep playoff run. I challenged Magby to a match and got the inside scoop on his meteoric rise, as well as his insights into the local esports community. I'm sitting here with one of the best players on the Clark Central High School team. And before we get into it, are you going to go easy on me? First question.
That depends. See how you do.
All right. So you had your first playoff match today. Of course, you came home with a win. What does it feel like just in the first year of this program being able to win a playoff game?
Honestly, it's feeling pretty good so far. We did this last semester, and we made it pretty far last year as well, or last semester, rather. And I'm hoping to hopefully get a little further, maybe even win this one. Hopefully.
That one was not close at all. You beat me bad on that one.
Oh, you did.
I did get you once. And
you did get me.
As this kind of goes on, what would you tell people that maybe aren't so invested in this world of high school esports?
Well, what I can say is that there's something for everybody. So if you do have like free time after school but can't quite find what you're passionate about, and if you just, enjoy hopping on a game, whenever you get off from school, then this is definitely the place to be, and find others that are passionate about what you are. So this is definitely the place to look for things like that.
And at least I did a little bit better than the CPU did there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see there. The video game didn't exactly go my way, but Daniel Magby and the Clark Central High esports team are on fire. They're charging through the playoffs in just their second semester in their inaugural season. This program has a bright future ahead. Now, it's time for me to get some practice in. I will have my revenge. Oh, and back to you, Emily.